today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Rams set to go to work on offense, and they're led by a man who topped the 50,000-yard mark in passing for his career a season ago. In year 15 now, here's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford, the Rams won it all in Super Bowl 56, but last season was a stark contrast to that. The Rams need their quarterback to recapture his form from 2 seasons ago to help spark another postseason run.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 15 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 10 carries, 73 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and the reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Purdy. Oh, what a catch here by Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Purdy looking to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now 2nd and 3. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Open man is Samuel, complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd and goal.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
And his kick is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Stafford now to throw.
That's caught. Puka Nacua. Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
Now Stafford.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore.
And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
A big play there for L.A. 44 yards. Off of play action, here's Stafford. Caught left side, Williams. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Nick Bosa. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
And he missed it. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
The Niners had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And right now, they're probably asking, hey, who did we offend in the scheduling office? Back-to-back road games to start the season.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll bet someone called the league office to protest, but sometimes it just shakes out that way. But if they can get out of this with a split, knowing they'll get those home games later in the season, it can be quite an advantage for them if they take care of business now.
Running on 1st down is Mostert, but he can only manage a yard, and that's about it before he's tackled. From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. They go play action here. Purdy.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Brandon Ayuk.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the 49ers are able to extend their lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead now stands at 13.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
L.A. readies for its next possession.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of...
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
A big play there for L.A. 44 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Stafford.
That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
Back to throw. Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Nick Bosa able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds?
That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Pass complete there to Nacua.
14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to fourth down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Ayuk bringing it in on the crossing route here.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Gonna go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And now the Niners gonna signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. The final shot before the break, Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start by heading out west, State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And it's the Cardinals who have the lead as they play the 2nd quarter. A touchdown run for James Conner. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Jared Goff, 3 touchdown passes as his guys moved to 2-0 on the young season.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
This is McCaffrey on the give, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and then that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Here's Purdy. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Throwing is Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Slot man moves right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Here's Stafford.
to the right side and complete to Atwell.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Play action. Stafford. And he'll just get rid of it.
You get this. They're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard. Three quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. From the red zone now, Stafford. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Rams go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Now Samuel.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback and expect.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Ernest Jones.
Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. After the interception, here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5.
Now it's Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are going to get it back here just past the 35. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek. out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10
at their 36-yard line.
He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4, still 3 yards short. 4th down. They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
The throw over the middle, taken in. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Open man is Atwell, complete.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
It's gotta have it time. 4th and 9.
They snap it to Stafford. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here's Samuel.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
McCaffrey running up the middle. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3rd and 3. Try to take this home. They'll run.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. the tough yards. They run it with their fullback.
And he will have a Niners first down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
This is McCaffrey, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
A handoff running left is Mostert.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
L.A. set to take over again on offense.
They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. And that one is incomplete, and now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of the